have a project idea, a book to write, or a business to start. Before you take a single step, your brain through every possible outcome and failure. Think in circles until you are physically and mentally exhausted. Many of us assume this exhaustion happens. Our biological willpower is a finite resource that we've simply spent. For years, the scientific community operated the same assumption. However, recent research suggests that biological factors may only account for about 4% of our willpower. The rest is determined by how our brain uses the task. We have a high capacity for effort, but our brain sets a restrictive limit on it to energy. To bypass that mental limit, you need a pen and a blank piece of paper right now. We're going to build an action blueprint. This blueprint allows you to move past the psychological barriers that cause paralysis. Transforms a daunting goal into a series of steps that trigger immediate momentum. Step 1. At the top of your page, write down who you are rather than the chore you are trying to finish. You say, I have to hit the gym, or I must. Speaking as someone who is being to act. This creates immediate internal resistance. You still identify with the version of yourself that doesn't want to do the work. Use language that aligns with your goal. I am a writer, or I want to exercise. This phrasing agrees with your new identity rather than fighting your old habits. Of the phrase, I am trying to. You say you are trying to quit smoking, you identify as a smoker. When language matches a new self-image, you reduce the amount of willpower needed to stay consistent. You're no longer forcing a change, acting according to who you believe you are. Next, we need to shift how you view the work. Obsessing over short-term specifics, like exact route to the gym, the perfect software for your business, low-level thinking. Necessary for planning, it often leads to stress. High-level thinking focuses on long-term purpose behind the goal. It means thinking about why you are changing, why you want to achieve financial freedom. Directly below your identity statement on your blueprint, write down your high-level why. Focusing on meaning creates a sense of purpose, helps neutralize the anxiety that often comes from getting lost in the logistics of short planning. Your brain is designed to be efficient. It looks at a massive, complex task. It calculates that it doesn't have the willpower to finish it and triggers a nope response to conserve energy. Bypass this assessment using a technique called chunking. Magician David Blaine used this to manage stunts of endurance. Blaine spent over 60 hours in a block of ice. He didn't focus on the total time, focused on making it through a single hour and over again. Take your project and break it down into a viable task. This is a tiny, manageable piece of the work. Your goal is to write a 5-page paper, set the bar at one single paragraph. When you focus on a small milestone, your brain efficiency filter sees the task as achievable. This allows you to commit the effort to that one, triggering the protective shutdowns that a larger task would cause. Confidence and willpower are closely linked. The more certain you are of your ability to complete a task, the less raw willpower it requires to start. Build this confidence. Create a simple system on your blueprint. Download a tracking app. The key is simplicity. Your tracker should take less than 5 seconds to update after a win. These small milestones accumulate visual proof that you are making progress. Reinforces your new identity and confidence for the next day's task. The final trap is all or nothing perfectionism. It leads to endless research and planning. You are afraid of failing. Give yourself permission to execute your task poorly. Embrace the fact that your first attempts will not be perfect. Imperfect action creates momentum and real data. Overthinking a plan in search of perfection is no progress and keeps you in a state of paralysis. Planning. Execute the minimum viable task you down right now, exactly as you are. This immediate action breaks the overthinking, transitions your brain from a state of analysis into a state of execution. The blueprint you've created. You defined an identity, established a high-level purpose, chunked your work into a small task, and set up a tracking system. You didn't lack willpower. You lacked a system to bypass your brain's natural efficiency limits. Keep this piece of paper in your workspace. You need to check off your next small task. Power is a capacity that extends far beyond what you typically use in a day. Understanding that your limits are often projections rather than physical, you need more control over your long-term. This momentum to check off your first box.